Welcome to AT 24/7. I'm Aaron Dean. The Justice Department has opened a civil investigation into the police department in Lexington, Mississippi. Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark pointed to a number of allegations that led to the probe in a recent press conference in Jackson. Clark pointed out that Lexington police officers are accused of having used roadblocks to target black drivers, where they allegedly stopped and arrested people, quote, without justification. The department also appears to have violated people's First Amendment rights by routinely arresting them for using profanity. In a press release, the Justice Department said that city officials have pledged to cooperate with the probe. Now to a shift on the Vatican stance when it comes to baptizing members of the LGBTQ plus community. A new ruling by the Doctrine Department says that transgender people and babies of same-sex couples can be baptized as long as there's no risk of causing scandal to other Catholics. Children of same-sex couples can also be baptized as long as there is a well-founded hope that they will be educated in the religion. As for transgender people being godparents or witnesses in Catholic weddings, the Vatican says that it's okay under the right circumstances. Still, the ruling makes it clear that people living in, quote, homosexual relationships are committing a sin, and baptism must come with repentance. Now to Alabama, where the date for the first inmate to be executed by nitrogen hypoxia is now slated. Kenneth Eugene Smith's execution is set to take place between January 25th and the 26th. His original execution was called off last year after the state couldn't properly set the lethal injection IV before the death warrant expired. Smith then asked to use nitrogen gas instead of lethal injection. In May, the U.S. Supreme Court approved his request. Death by nitrogen hypoxia deprives the brain and body of oxygen, killing the inmate by suffocation. Smith was convicted for the 1988 murder of Elizabeth Dorleen Sennett in a murder for hire plot. His attorney says that they will continue to fight the death penalty sentence. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak was hospitalized in Mexico City on Wednesday. A source tells us that he was taken to the hospital after fainting minutes before he was scheduled to participate in the World Business Forum. The 73-year-old is a tech genius that's behind the early Apple computers, who worked alongside Steve Jobs to launch and grow the company. Additional details of his current health status is not known at this time. A Senate committee is putting U.S. aviation under a spotlight amid rising close call safety incidents that the NTSB warns are a wake-up call to the nation's airline carriers. The Advocate Channel's Laura Aguirre has the latest developments.
Our safety system is showing clear signs of strain that we cannot ignore.
A dire warning about air travel as millions prepare to fly this coming holiday season. The head of the NTSB, joined by other leaders in the aviation industry, testifying before a Senate subcommittee Thursday as national close call incidents tick upward.
The NTSB has opened investigations into 7 runway incursions this year alone.
Incursions where planes often came within several hundred feet of each other. In Houston 2 weeks ago, 2 small jets actually collided on the runway. There were no injuries in these recent events. However,
0 has to be the only acceptable number.
Understaffing, the FAA requires mandatory overtime to our controller workforce, including regular 6-day work weeks and 10-hour days. This leads to fatigue.
The Air Traffic Controllers Union president says only 6 fully trained controllers were hired over the past year.
The FAA must adopt the updated and more accurate operational staffing targets.
Our agency's staffing and funding levels have remained somewhat stagnant since 1997.
All critical issues that could worsen if the government fails to avoid a shutdown in 8 days.
That would force the FAA to suspend hiring, close its training academy, delay the pipeline of new controllers, delay modernization, which would be a catastrophic impact to the national airspace system.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Thanks so much for joining us for AC 24/7. I'm Aaron Dean.